Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's the end of the year and it's time to get ready for a new year. So I'm going to talk about archiving my old inserts from this year and then getting ready for my new inserts and kind of using the same type of system. Stay to the end and I'll go through all of the dividers that I'm using for the new year. These gold rings I'm going to link in my Amazon storefront, but these are all of 2022's inserts, and I'll talk about these first, and then I also got all of my inserts ready for 2023. And it's just so satisfying seeing this whole stack. So satisfying. Okay, so I'm excited that I used the same system all of 2022. I did tweak a few things, and even for 2023, I'm going to try a few new things, but I'm not redoing my whole system. I'm not reprinting everything, switching sizes, which for me, I found didn't work. And that's a part of having planner peace, is just finding what works for you and being okay with being on Instagram and other social media sites and seeing other people's systems and their styles, being able to enjoy planner content, but knowing what works for you. And I know it takes a while to figure out what works for you, but for example, if you tried a system before and you know it doesn't work and you see it and it's beautiful, just be able to enjoy seeing that person's content without feeling like you have to change your system or you're not doing something right or you're not doing enough or feeling bad about your system. If it works for you and you're productive, because for me and for most planner girls, we're trying to be productive. We're trying to get things done. We're trying to memory keep. Whatever your reason is for planning, just keep that in mind and do what works for you. So I'm excited that I've used the same system all year. I still have my last 3 months in here. So all of this, not all of this, but all of the papers in this section, they're going to get added to this section. And I was doing 4 months per at a time in my planner. So this worked out to where once I was done, I put it all in. I have so much in my planner now that I'm doing 3 months. So what month is this? September. Yeah, September is in here, and I love the way September came out. So September is in here, and then October through December is inside of my planner. So that'll be transferred over the last week of December, and I think some of the last week I'll be able to plan in 2023. But yes, I love how this looks. So this is January. This is January through April. I used Avery tabs, sticky tabs, and I buy these from Walmart. I think you can buy them on Amazon. I'll try to link those below. I have my sticky notes in here. I just have all of my notes. For 2022, I did different dailies. So this is from Marsia Bramucci, and I really wish this would have worked out because I love the fact that it's dated. I love the print. I love the fact that the week is highlighted. That's beautiful. But just the layout, I didn't love the layout. It didn't work for me. I don't really need to mark off how many days I worked. I love the way that looks, but it doesn't work for me. Yeah, I really wish that worked out. And it was so much easier because I didn't have to date everything. I printed, and I think I probably printed 6 months. I don't think I printed the entire year, but I could have just printed everything out and have everything dated for pre-planning. That was perfect because everything is already dated. Usually when I plan, I date like a week at a time, and I might do a month at a time now, but that didn't quite work out for me, even though I did use that for a while. This is from Peanuts Planner Co. And these are really beautiful, but it was just a lot trying to fill everything out every day. And this is when I was writing down my full daily routine. And actually, I don't know. This one isn't bad, but it was just something about this one that didn't work. I think I didn't have enough room here. I don't know what it was about that one. But I only used that 1 month, actually. Yeah, for some reason, I only used that 1 month. I might have used it another month. So then I went back to my Marsia Bramucci inserts. And it's just something about the layout that just doesn't work for me. So this is January through April, and then May through, let me see, August. May through August. I put August in the front. I used another Peanuts Planner Co. insert, and this one really didn't work because it was just so narrow. And then the fact that it's boxed off, I think that's another reason this didn't work, is because it's boxed off. So, sticky notes, writing my to-do list. I'm okay with, oh, these rings. So, honestly, sometimes these rings, they come in a pretty big pack. And a few of them, I would say maybe 2. This might be the second one. I think I'll have to replace this one. But it's pretty secure as far as just storing them. Sometimes they kind of loosen up. So, just letting you know. Yeah, sticky notes. So I'm okay with having blank pages. Like if it gets really busy, it's okay for me to have a blank page. But I do try to fill it out for the most part. And if it's really busy and then I have a lot of free time, then I'll go back and backplane just to fill in those days. Because I do love a full page, as full as possible. I prefer not to have blank pages, but it's okay. So this was May. So I think was May might have been the first month that I used the Planner Room Shops inserts. And I love these. It's something about this layout that I absolutely love. I really, really love. At first, I was highlighting the dots, and I didn't realize it, but that's what it was like this was perfect, but I'm like, it's something about this that I don't like. And I was gonna try to go through and take the dots, like the circles off, and then just dot it myself, because I do like having a plain dot and just checking it off. I didn't like the highlighted dot with the outline, if that makes sense. So I was gonna try to go through and edit that, but I think one day I ended up not having, and this month I tried to do like vellum in between, and I didn't really like that. So this is what I mean by experimenting with like small changes, and not changing your whole system. Just try little things that'll kind of spice up your planner, your dailies, your weeklies, however you plan. Try little things. I love these monthly trackers. I'm gonna try to do better with being consistent with that next year. Yeah, I think one day I didn't have my highlighter on me, so I just checked off the boxes, and I love the way that looked. This month I went, let me see, May, June. This month I went back to the Marsia Bramucci inserts. I think I was kind of back and forth trying things out. So one day I just checked, I think it was here. I didn't have my highlighter with me, so I just went ahead and checked things off. And I like the way that looks. It just, I don't know, it just looks a little neater. So that was May through August. And then September, this might have been the only month that I planned the full month in this monthly insert. And I really, really love having this monthly, because you can see everything in one spot. I was doing weekly inserts, and I don't know if, my weeklies are in here, so I'll show you guys that. I love the idea of having a weekly, but it was like I was focusing on either one or the other. I was focusing on my dailies and filling those out more, or I was doing my weeklies. It was, for some reason, it was kind of hard for me to to balance both. I'm gonna do a video on my planner lineup for 2023, and one thing that this is kind of a 2-in-1. When I was doing weeklies, I had my monthly, my weekly, and my dailies. This is a monthly overview. This is pretty much a monthly overview, but I feel like it's kind of a weekly. On my weeklies, I used to track my meals, my tasks, and then I used to track. I had 2 different trackers, so I have that all in one place. And then with my monthlies, I honestly don't check it that much. So I do like having my trackers and my meals and my monthly overview together, because since I'm going going in and tracking things either daily or every couple days. I kind of go through and fill this out. Since I'm doing that, I'll go through and, you know, glance at my monthly and see what's going on for the month. So I really love that. And then also another kind of big change is that I added kind of an inbox section. This is a monthly, no, this is a categorized checklist. I think that's what it's called, but it's a checklist with 3 different formats. The other one is like a two long columns. And so I just kind of write my categories out and then just do kind of a brain dump. So this can be a checklist, ideas, goals, but everything is categorized. So, and then from here on, I used the Planner Room Shop's Daily Inserts. So I love that I can flip through this. I started using washi tape, and then I kind of changed up the way I did it for towards the end of September, and just matching the sides. And I love the way this looks. And then I think that's when I added in the notes page. So I love the fact that, for one, I have a place to write notes, and usually I write a daily devotional or a scripture, anything that stands out to me that I worked on the past week, or even at the beginning of the week. Say I'm working on something Monday or Tuesday, I can write it here, or towards the end of the last week, I can write that here. During December, I've been using this as random notes because, you know, in December there's a lot to prepare for the following year. So for December, I've been using that for notes and to add sticky notes. So, but I love the way this looks. I've been loving this system. And if you want to see December's flip through, or I kind of flip through, yeah, mainly December. I didn't really go through October or November. I'll link my flip through. But these are my archived inserts so far. Once again, I have a few more months to add in. Oh, and then, let's see. For this, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. This is, I ended up halfway through the year making new dividers just because this was kind of beat up. Some inserts that I didn't use. My monthlies. These are the monthlies. I think I started in May and I went through August. And then September, I switched over to the monthly fold out. But I did love the way these look, and the monthly fold out is really similar. So here's August, here's September. So you have that the month at a glance, and then you have your important, well, this one says details, but I have important dates here. And then this is a month on one page, so this is it. So she added on the trackers. This is a monthly extension. This is a different insert. So she added on the trackers, and then she did kind of the weekly breakdown with tasks, and then there's notes here. So this I was using, and then here is my weekly. I was planning weekly, so I tracked my sleeping mood, my meals here, routine, my daily routine, my income, workout, to-do list, and bills. So all of that is in here. And I really love the way this look. I kind of miss this layout, and that's kind of why I want to do a separate planner, but I just don't want to throw off the flow or add too much or take focus away from my main planner. So I'm not sure. This is a time management insert that I made. And then the rest is daily inserts that I ended up not using because I used to like switching up my dailies, but I've been loving the Planner Room Shop's inserts. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this. We'll see. But this is 2022. So for 2023, I did, let me show you guys. This is my yearly overview. And I kind of did the stickers to the season or holidays. So I'm going to do the same thing next year. I laminated this on vellum or I printed this on vellum and laminated it. And this is from My Minimal Planner. And then I have the yearly overviews from Peanuts Planner Co. Address change from Plan with B. And then I'm going to use this with the yearly overview, the 2023 holidays. So more notes and things. I'll do a flip through in January of my setup. And then these are pretty much all the same. I did, like I said, I printed everything out for the full year. So I separated them by every 3 months. And then for each month, I'm going to have this tracker from Printables for Planners. This is a custom sticky note that I made, and this is my planner routine. And then I'm going to have my tracker on the left-hand side. My monthly overview from Plan with B, categorized lists. And I made sure I put all of the different lists in here. And then it's going to start off with a note to self. And then my dailies. And then that is going to repeat a couple weeks. And then same thing as far as the month. So I have 12 months printed out. This is so satisfying once again. If you're following me on Instagram at Crafty Loretta, is it underscore? You might have seen my stories where I was kind of freaking out just a little bit about my inserts because I printed everything out and stacked them up. And I'm using an adjustable punch. And I still hate adjustable punches, but I'll tell you guys in a minute how I kind of corrected this. But everything wasn't lined up together, if that makes sense. So I had a pile of the plain back-to-back today list, and then I had some where I did the notes, the note to self, and then the to-do list on the other side. So different stacks. So the punch would adjust itself slightly. So then by the time that I lined everything up, because I was cutting and punching, so once everything was stacked up and I flipped through it, I noticed that the lines were off. So I'm flipping through, and I'll try to add in, if I still have that video, I'll try to add in so you can kind of get a visual of what I mean. When I got the stack together, you could tell that the holes weren't aligned. And when I flipped through it, you could see the differences in the holes. But it worked out. Like, these aren't perfect. You can see at the bottom where they're a little off. And it's kind of bad. But I did notice that, so for January is pretty strict. January is okay. I don't know. But for, let's see, for the rest of them, they're the same way, and it's really not noticeable. So I freaked out for nothing. But if you're a perfectionist, and even in my main planner, and I check things off daily, my daughter gets to my planner, so it's a little rough. But yeah, I don't baby my planner, so that's gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. So it's okay. I think these are a little bit more extreme, but if it bothers me, I can always reprint. But I think it'd be okay as long as I'm able to flip. I'm just glad that the holes were, like, I made sure I checked these really often, because what can happen is it can get adjusted to where once you repunch, you have extra holes. So I'm glad that didn't happen, but it worked out fine. But if you're a perfectionist and you want to avoid that, and this is what I'm going to do from now on, is took an insert, punched it, and then I folded it in half, because I'm pretty sure with personal, you should be able to fold it in half, and then the lines, the holes meet up. And even if you flip it, either way you flip it, it should still line up because it's centered. I hope that makes sense. So I played with that. Once I got the perfect placement, then I went in with a black Sharpie and marked it off. So now, if I do have to add something to my planner, which I ended up doing two different things. I added these in, and these line up perfectly. Since I have that guideline, and I'm not going by this that's moving, it punches it perfectly, and they line up perfectly. And I also did that with these boards. This was after I added that mark, and they line up pretty much perfectly. It's hard to tell. They line up perfectly. And this is a stack of 8 dashboards. So I wish I would have did that before I started all of these. It's not a huge deal. They still work out. They're perfect. Like I said with last year, a lot of my 2023 inserts, I had the same issue and didn't even notice. I kind of noticed because sometimes when there's a big difference, you can kind of see, like here, you can tell that. But it wasn't a huge deal. There's a tip if you're a perfectionist, or if you just want if you just want your inserts lined up as best as possible. 2023, and some of these I designed, some of them I used images. So this one says Happy New Year. This one I used twice, and this one is a gold hollow. That's beautiful. It's like a champagne glass in that same gold hollow. This is a plain black, and a piece of it peeled off, but they're mine, so I don't mind. This is like a celebration hat. Silver hollow. And I used the same designs as the gold hollow, but this gave it a different look. So this is what I'm using for next year, and I love the way these look. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a blessed day.